we begin with Chief Political Correspondent Carl Cameron live tonight here in Des Moines, and questions about who has the best ground game among the Republicans. Good evening, Carl.
Thanks, Brett. You know, there's a record number of candidates. There have been a record number of TV ads run here in Iowa and record spending. And now, as the clock ticks down in the final hour, Iowa Republican caucus goers will finally have their say.
Donald Trump had Sarah Palin back on the stump with him today, rallying caucus goers to brave tonight's storm.
To have a crowd like this on our final day, can you believe it? This is the day. This is the day we take our country back. Remember that.
Palin fired back at Ted Cruz's Iowa chairman, Congressman Steve King, who more than once in recent days implied Palin's support for Trump was paid for.
Why would a good conservative guy like Steve King from the heartland of America want to say something that he knows isn't true? Maybe he's been hanging out in a cornfield too long, huffing ethanol or something.
Earlier, Trump had some empty seats at a sparsely attended event in Waterloo. He cut it short because he had to commute to the event with Palin by car.
We're going over to Cedar Rapids right now. In fact, I just learned we can't fly in, so we're driving in. So I'll get the hell out of here fast. Is that okay?
Iowa's Secretary of State says as of today there are 615,763 registered Republicans in Iowa. The record caucus turnout in 2012 is 122,000. There have been 4,348 new Republican voters registered since the beginning of the year. Cruz boasts the biggest Iowa and national organizations and says he's seen little evidence of Trump's.
You know, really, we're not finding Donald Trump's troops on the ground. They don't have an organization that is perceptible. And it's interesting, there are a lot of candidates who've spent more time in Iowa than I have. Because we've spent a ton of time in Iowa. We've also spent a ton of time in New Hampshire, a ton of time in South Carolina, a ton of time all throughout the southern states, the Super Tuesday SEC primary, a ton of time in Nevada. And we are running a national campaign.
Rubio, third in pre-caucus polls, is downplaying Iowa as just the beginning of a 50-state marathon.
Iowa's important. It's the first step in this long process. But irrespective of what happens tonight, this campaign will continue. Tonight is important. It's the first time that any Americans will get to answer the question of what comes next for America after Barack Obama. So it'll be important, but no one's going to win the nomination tonight.
I'm counting on you, and I trust you, and I ask for your support to caucus with me tonight.
At the Republican caucuses tonight, each precinct captain for each candidate will have an opportunity to speak to the caucus goers there. And then comes the peer pressure. In the Cruz and Rubio camps, they're being given talking points to suggest to their friends and neighbors that if they support anybody who's not Cruz or Rubio or Trump, they should abandon that lesser candidate who has perhaps been trailing in the polls and get right with Cruz or Rubio in order to stop Trump. Bare-knuckle politics in your neighborhoods, Brett.
Much to talk about tonight. Carl, thank you.